Hi everybody, thank you for tuning into this episode of Ask Miranda. I didn't mention it in part one because I'm a bit of a poopy head, as I mentioned in the description, but I forgot to mention that this is actually part two of a very long question. It was a simple question, but I wanted to give both of the topics equal consideration. So part one was about depression, and this second part will be about anxiety. Fortunately or unfortunately, anxiety is also something that I have to contend with on a regular basis. My anxiety tends to manifest in the form of really unbearable phobias. Acrophobia, the fear of heights. Typically, this one's easy enough to avoid. I just have to make sure that I'm not in any kind of position where I could imminently fall to my death. When I first moved to Virginia, one of the jobs that I tried applying for was at like a water raft not amusement park, but like an activity park, whitewater rafting and rock climbing and hiking and stuff like that. My original intention was to work at this location as a tourist photographer. However, when I got there, that job apparently was no longer available, but they did need people to be zipline instructors. Needless to say, I will never do ziplining ever again. The second one I have is aquaphobia, but more specifically, the fear of drowning. I had an experience when I was younger. Back when I was in the Girl Scouts, we were doing activities and we did field trips and things like that. One of the girls in my Girl Scout troop thought it would be really funny to sneak up behind me and shove my head underwater and keep me there. Apparently she didn't realize that people can drown if they stay underwater for too long and can't breathe. Thankfully, one of the adults saw her do this and was able to swim over fast enough to save my life, basically. That, coupled with other bad experiences with water, like oceans and pools, don't go swimming with me, because if you drown, you're gonna drown. I won't be able to save you, sorry. The third one is agoraphobia, and it's very specific, and it's one that doesn't really affect me very often. What I really have a fear of is fear of open pastures at night, where it's pitch black, there's no lights. That's the reason why I don't go to the Everglades, because there's no lights. You know, if I'm gonna go to the Everglades, it better be in daytime. I'm definitely not going at night, not to go look at the stars. Like, screw that. You know, have an adult with me to help me out. Apart from a fear of drowning, I have a massive fear of the open ocean. I actually had to find out the name for it. It's thalassophobia. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm on a cruise ship, that's kind of a different matter, you know, because you can escape pretty much and pretend you're not on the water. And I don't get seasick. It's not a matter of getting seasick. I don't get seasick. I just don't like the idea of being miles and miles and miles away from solid land. No, you'll never see me on a yacht. You'll never see me on a sailboat. You'll never see me on a rowboat. Ever. No, I don't even want to think about it. Oh my God. And the movie Open Water, when I saw the premise for that movie, I just immediately, nope, change the channel, close the window. No, I don't want to see this. No. This one is not so prevalent anymore. My monophobia, which is fear of being alone, it's gotten better now because I've got my 3 kitty cats, and I do know a few people, even if they're just from work or like around town, you know, I bump into them. Hey, how you doing? So the fear isn't as bad. You know, it got really bad when I first moved to Virginia and I knew no one. It was, oh God, fidgety and sweats and ugh. This one I actually had to go find the name for too, because I didn't even know there was an actual name for it. And I'm trying to say this correctly, nosocomophobia? I think I said that right. It's a fear of hospitals. And I don't mean that I don't like going to the doctor or that I don't like getting shots. No, I mean, I will panic if you make me go into a hospital. I need to feel like I'm about to die for me to go to a hospital. And even then, like when I went for my bronchitis about 2 months back, my heart rate just kept going up and down, up and down. And I just couldn't take it. I can't even imagine if I had to be in a hospital for like a day, 2 days. Just no. This one I also had to find the name for. I didn't even know these things had names. I just called them fear of whatever, but they actually have scientific names. Go figure that. Coimetrophobia. I actually got that right. Fear of cemeteries. I don't care if you were my long-lost soulmate, that we were destined to be together from one lifetime to another. We were reincarnated from the 1800s, the 1400s, the 300s. I don't give a fuck. If you die, someone else is burying you. I don't walk into cemeteries. Ever. They give me the heebie-jeebies. The massive fucking heebie-jeebies. Cemeteries are just... I don't even want to think about it. My head is shaking already. The reality of death, you know, like if I see real death, just no. The last one, and the one that I just cannot escape, unfortunately, it is super prevalent, and recently I've been getting a lot more panic attacks because of it. Thanatophobia, which is a fear of one's own mortality or one's own death. I gotta be real. This is the one that really causes the most anxiety for me. This is the one that has prevented me from actually going out and truly living life. I don't like doing things like mountain climbing or rock scaling or skydiving or deep sea diving. The fear that something could go wrong and I could die. That's your answer. There's just no words. The anxiety is just so fucking bad for that. And I'm going to change the subject now because I just feel a panic attack coming on. So I'm going to change the subject. Let's think about bunnies. Yes, bunnies are so cute. Bunnies are so awesome with their little fluffy tails and their cute little ears. And aren't bunnies great? Bunnies are so freaking... Bunnies are awesome! Okay. I'm better now. So one of the ways that I try to deal with my anxiety is, like I did earlier, I think about something cute, adorable. Bunny rabbits, kitty cats, puppies, ducklings, any kind of cute animal. I will go online and go on YouTube and watch funny cat videos, funny dog videos, anything. Just anything that has to do with animals instantly puts a smile on my face. So it helps me to get out of it. And unfortunately, because I don't take any medication for my anxiety, I have to get myself out of my panic attacks. So I have to like really concentrate my mind into something else and just get out of that mindset. I've become an expert at it, really. Like my panic attacks have now shortened to like 4 seconds, but if you've ever had a panic attack, you know how long 4 seconds really is. It feels like an eternity and it feels like it's never gonna end. Panic attacks suck, anxiety sucks, and unfortunately, that anxiety I feel like it's holding me back, and I know it is. I don't know how else to deal with it except to just try and get my mind off of it. Yeah, it's not easy. And I know there's all kinds of different anxieties out there also, like particularly social anxieties, people that are anxious around big crowds or are anxious about meeting new people. The only thing that I can recommend for something like that, because I've always been an extrovert. I like talking to people, which is why I started doing YouTube videos. I love to talk. I love using my hands. I love being expressive. I love being a goofball. I love just being silly and making people laugh and blah, 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 blah. But I've known a lot of people in my life who don't want to talk to other people. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand. You know what I mean? Not everyone is built the same way. We don't all have the same mentalities. We don't all have the same quirks or the same preferences. It's fine. And honestly, instead of trying to change someone who's an introvert or to make them get over their anxiety, just understand it. Understand it and respect it. You know, if someone's an introvert, then just let them be an introvert. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I'm okay with not doing anything that puts my life in danger and makes my thanatophobia worse. I would rather do things that I actually enjoy, like going out and playing billiards or going bowling or going to a movie, whatever. There's so many other activities and so many other ways to enjoy yourself that you don't have to come directly in contact with whatever makes you anxious. And to force somebody into doing something that you know is going to bother them, that's fucked up. It really is. And I've had people do that to me before. They're like, oh, come on, ride this carnival ride. I know you're afraid of heights, but it'll be fine, we promise. And the last time I did that, the ride got stuck and my seatbelt became loose. So I'm dangling by a thread upside down in this ride, panicking while my ex-husband is sitting next to me and everybody in the ride is looking at me like, thanks for ruining the ride. It's like, I warned you that I didn't want to be here, but you forced me to do it, so now I'm going to ruin everybody's day. Thanks a lot. Dealing with anxiety, I think it's a matter of redirection. It's a matter of distracting yourself, changing what you're thinking about, watching cute things, watching things that make you laugh, and talking to people too, talk to people. Tell them, hey, look, I get really anxious around, I get it. It's difficult. It's difficult to find the right way to deal with anxiety. I think we all have to find our own personal way to distract ourselves and to feel better. And if you're someone who knows a person that deals with anxiety, don't exacerbate it. Don't make it worse. Don't put them into situations that is going to make them feel worse about themselves and about their anxiety. Be nice about it. And don't tell them that their anxiety is silly or that they're nervous for no reason. People are allowed to have the feelings that they have. Even if they're silly to you, they're not silly to them. I tell people that I'm afraid of dying and they look at me like I'm weird, like I have a frog growing out of my head or something. No, I have a valid fear. It's fine for me to have this fear. And, I try to cope with it as best as I can, but it's not for you to judge me or judge anybody else for having anxiety for whatever reason. I don't know how helpful this video was, but hopefully me talking about it and like being open and honest and telling you what I do to help overcome my anxiety will help you too. If there's anything else you want to know, of course, you can always leave a question or comment in the comment section down below. And if you liked this video, please hit the like button because it really does help. And if you want to hear more, subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. See ya!